Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Eman. If you're new, welcome. Today is a very fun, very pretty, kind of all nude, neutral makeup look. I love this makeup. I did it the other night and I went out and I got so many compliments on it and I just knew immediately that I had to recreate it. I posted it on my stories and so many of you guys were asking about what all the makeup details were. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do a full tutorial because it's so easy and this can be like your go-to makeup, you guys, because it's so easy to do. And I personally love it. I think it's so pretty. If you guys want to see how this look is done, stay tuned. But first, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new and add me on Instagram at Eman. All right, guys, let's get into this all nude, very easy glam makeup. So I did this look yesterday, you guys, and I did it so quickly. It turned out so good. Literally everyone at the event I went to was like complimenting my makeup and I was like kind of shocked because it was just such an easy look. So I knew I wanted to do it for you guys. I'm going to start off with a little bit of mattifying primer. I've been finding that I wear my foundation and then when I go to the bathroom like 5 hours, 4 hours later, I look in the mirror and my skin is super oily. So I've been testing out a lot of mattifying primers just to find a way to really control that shine. And I have this one from Bobbi Brown. It is their Primer Plus Mattifier. I used this the other night and my skin stayed super matte, so it was perfect. This actually has a really nice kind of like cooling effect to it. And when you're using mattifying primers like this, you guys, you want to make sure you don't use too much because if you do, it can start to curl off your skin, you know, when it starts to like peel and curl. Don't use too much. And I just use it in the key areas where I get oily or shiny, around my cheek area, my forehead, my chin, but that's it. I don't apply it anywhere else. I'm going to be using my NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is still a go-to. This will always be my like top 5 foundations because it's really good. When I'm like in a hurry and I'm not trying to like test new things and I'm not trying to like be adventurous and try something new that I haven't done before, I always just go to this because I just know it works so well. If you guys haven't seen my natural everyday makeup that I just posted like probably a week ago, I kind of fell in love with using a classic foundation brush again, which I haven't done in years, but it actually applies foundation so well, you guys. I can't believe I stopped using this. It's just such a different type of application. It just applies it exactly where you want it. I don't know, I just got so used to using like buffing brushes and my beauty blender, but I really love this and it works really well. So I'm just working this foundation in the areas where I feel like I have a little bit of discoloration, uneven skin tone. My skin has been so much better lately. It's unbelievable. I love it. And a big part of that is because I did a skincare challenge video, you guys, with Clarins. I don't know if it'll be out by the time you guys see this. It might not be or it might be. But either way, if it's not out, stay tuned. If it is out, make sure you watch it because it's so good. You'll just have to see like all the stuff I did in the challenge, my skincare challenge in the video. It made my skin so good, you guys. Like, look how smooth this foundation looks and I'm barely even doing anything. My skin's been doing a lot better, so I don't need that much foundation. And I'm really just applying the foundation where I feel like I need it. If I don't need it, I don't need to put it there. I love doing my eyelids just to kind of even out the discoloration there. And the shade that I'm wearing in this foundation right now, but keep in mind I'm super tanned, you guys. This is, well, I'm not super tan, but I'm a little bit tanned. This is Vanuatu. I wish the names of the NARS foundations were a little bit easier to say. They're so hard to pronounce. So I'm doing most of my complexion first and then I'm going to do the eyes because the eyes aren't complicated, you guys. So for concealer, I am using one of my faves, the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, multi-use sculpting concealer, and I'm using the shade Vanilla. This is definitely like more of a heavy duty concealer. You don't need a lot, but I'm going to show you guys how I've been blending it out. I saw a makeup artist do this recently and I really loved how it looked. So I take my beauty blender and it has a little bit of foundation on it. And then I take my Fix Plus, my MAC Fix Plus, and I spray my beauty blender. Not too much, squeeze some of it out. So it's just moist and like a little bit damp. And then I use this to blend out my concealer. So instead of wetting my beauty blender completely with water, I just use the Fix Plus instead, just to get it a little bit moist, and then it just blends out the concealer really nicely. And also, that's just like a really good tip if you are too lazy to get up and go wet your beauty blender. It works so much better when it's not dry. If you have like some kind of spray on your table, your makeup table, just at least spray it a little bit. It will work a lot better. That looks lovely. I'm not going to powder till the end. That's been my new thing. I don't powder till the very end because it makes me use way less powder. I talked about that in my recent natural everyday makeup look tutorial. If you guys didn't see that video, you should really check it out because I talked about a lot of different makeup techniques in that. So we're going to wait until after to powder. Let's do brows. I recently got my eyebrows groomed the other day, you guys, and I've been telling you that my brows have been crazy. So filling them in has been so difficult and getting the right shape. And ever since I got them groomed, it's been game changer. Like it literally takes me seconds to fill in my brows. And if I don't fill them in, it's totally fine. They still look so good because the shape is like perfect. Like you guys are gonna see, I'm gonna barely do anything to fill them in, but since I am filling them in, it's gonna even give them that like little extra something. Like they're just gonna look perfect. The girl that I go to Anastasia Beverly Hills in Beverly Hills. It's the store, it's their, I guess their flagship store. If you guys haven't seen my vlog video where I showed the whole thing, make sure you check it out because it's kind of interesting. I show you about my brows and I show you about a couple of other things. So make sure you check that video out. This eyeshadow look is like 2 seconds. It's super quick. All I used was my Catrice x Eman Bronze AF eyeshadow palette. I dipped into like the crease color just for my crease. Like honestly, you guys, this is like the easiest eye look. It's really more about the liner and the lashes. I just use that crease color in my crease. Big blending brush. I love just using a big brush like this because it just makes it go so quick. It just covers so much eye space. Just working this back and forth into my crease, and then once I get like a little bit less powder on my brush, then I start to kind of flick it out towards the end of my eyebrows. This is how you get a little bit more of a cat eye shape rather than like a really rounded shape. So then I just go back in and build just to get the intensity that I want, still just using that one color. I'm taking another brush without adding any product. This is just my cleanup brush. So that product that you have, that you guys see on it, is just cleanup product. I'm not adding anything new, and I'm just using that just to kind of blend out that edge on that side and on this side. So just to kind of show you guys the difference. You see how like this edge is super sharp? And this edge is super sharp, where over here it's just like all soft and blended. So just having like a cleanup brush on hand is always super helpful to make your eye makeup looks just look a lot prettier. So now that we have the crease color, I'm going in with the darker brown shade. This is Sweetser. Still using that same brush, you guys, and just kind of popping that just slightly in that outer corner. This is just gonna give the look a little bit of depth without us having to do a lot of work. I'm gonna take whatever is on my brush and sweep it along my lower lash line. So I'm not really adding anything. Don't really want this to be like intense. I want this to be pretty soft on the bottom. So I'm just taking whatever is left over, and I'm not adding any product, you guys, just whatever was already on my brush. And I just really like how that kind of frames the eye shape. I love that. That's gonna look really pretty when we're done. Last little bit, I'm gonna take the shimmery shades, just kind of dip into Malibu and Hollywood Boulevard. I swear, I don't know what's been going on lately, you guys, but me talking on camera has been really difficult for some reason. Okay, so I'm just taking those shades and just popping them on my lid. Super quick, super easy. I've been loving the Pat McGrath liner. This is all I've been using lately. I'm gonna try to do this as easy as possible just to show you guys exactly what I'm doing. I love taking my Tati Blendiful, using that as my anchor. I like using that to kind of just pull very gently, extend my eye shape a little bit so I can know the shape of the wing that I wanna do. I start off by laying the eyeliner flat against my lash line. So just follow the natural curve of my lash lash line, keeping the liner horizontal like this, you guys. You don't want to like hold it weird in a weird way vertically. You just want to keep it flat horizontally against the edge of your lash line. And that's what makes a really good eyeliner, is that it just drags super easily. You don't need to pull or tug on it. It should just glide right across. So once I get to this part of my eye, instead of following my natural lash line, which turns downward, I'm just gonna keep dragging the liner in the same direction that I was in the center of my eye. So I'm just gonna keep that same height rather than going downwards. So now it's kind of going straight across rather than going down. I look and see like what the natural flick of my eyelashes are, and I kind of just mimic the flick of my eyelashes for the wing. That's just kind of like the outline. And then I go in closer to the mirror and I really perfect it. So this is a very freehand way of doing eyeliner, you guys. I have several eyeliner tutorials on my channel that are a lot more structured. I feel like I've been doing eyeliner for so long, I can do it pretty freehand. But if you need a little bit more help, definitely watch my other tutorials that are focused on just how to do eyeliner, and I'm sure you'll find them to be super, super helpful. The one thing I will say is that I'm not like super picky about the shape until after I put the lashes on, because once the lash is on, then you can see exactly everything. So I usually perfect the liner once the lashes are on. Okay guys, for lashes, I'm using these ones from Eyelure. They're number 126. I love how this eye look just like totally opens up your eyes, you guys. It makes your eyes look huge. No eyeliner in the waterline. Keep that clean. And then bottom mascara is what really kind of does that trick to just make your eyes look so much bigger. And I love that we don't have any powder. So if you have any type of fallout or any little mistake, you could just take your beauty blender and just blend it out, because we don't have powder there. So totally makes it easier. Time to set all the makeup, you guys. So now that like my eyes are done and my brows are done and I can move on to the face, I can kind of assess where I actually need the powder. So I'm using two powders. They're both the same powders. It is the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Powder. This is their 16-hour powder foundation, but I have a shade that's too light and a shade that's too dark. So I'm going to mix the two. I have 102, which is too light, and 312 is too dark. So I'm kind of just going to mix the two to get somewhere in between, which is the shade that I am. That's a little trick. If you guys have powders that maybe aren't the exact color that you need, you could always mix them. And I just basically hold them like this, and then I'll take my brush and I'll just kind of go like that. So I get all the shades. Or if you want, you can do one shade at a time. For example, the lighter color will go like in the inner part of the cheek, because that part you want to be a little bit lighter anyways. The forehead, the chin, and then you can take the slightly darker color and just go around the edges where maybe you think like where you would put your contour. So more along your cheek, around the outer part of your forehead and your chin. Once I'm all set with powder, then I go in with my bronzer. And I've been really loving the Laguna bronzer from NARS. This is kind of a classic. It's a really nice shade. It's just, I don't know, it pulls the look together. I like using like a nice big brush for this. And I haven't really been contouring my face that much, you guys. I apply bronzer more like a bronzer rather than a contour. So just like really all over my cheeks. And I think the main reason for that is I just don't want my face to look thin. I feel like I've lost a lot of weight recently, so it makes my face look really gaunt. And honestly, I just want my face to look as fat as possible. I want my face to look fuller. I don't want my face to look really skinny. So I'm just staying away from contour. I just don't feel like I need it. So you need to do what works for your face, of course. So I just find no contour works better for me. For blush, you guys, I'm using my Eman times Catrice times Eman Cheeky Blush Palette, and this is all I'm doing. I'm literally taking my brush and I'm kind of swirling it in all of the shades and tapping that off, because I feel like all of these shades are going to be perfect for this look. And then I kind of just really gently apply this on my apples and blend back. And it's just such a beautiful combination of colors. And this is such a like nude all over makeup. It's gonna work really, really well. Let's do highlighters super quickly. I could have done this off camera because I feel like I've done highlighter a million times. You guys know how I do highlighter, but I'm just gonna do it quickly. Okay, so I have my Maybelline Master Chrome. This is one of my favorites. I'm just going to apply top of my cheekbone. The one thing that I am like doing slightly differently is I'm using a much smaller brush for highlighter, just so I can like kind of control the application a little bit better. Especially like from my cheekbone area, like I want to be super specific where I apply it. I just don't want it going everywhere. So I'm using two products. The first product is the Buxom Plump Line Lip Liner in the shade Undercover. These plump line liners from Buxom are amazing. If you guys can get your hands on them, do it. I use them all the time. They're just the easiest thing because they are fat lip liners. So you can fill and line in your whole lip and just do that, and you don't need to do anything else. Or you can do that as a base and then apply something on top of it, which is what we're gonna do today. The shades are amazing. The texture is super comfortable. So I love these. So I'm gonna line and fill a little bit in with this, and then I'm gonna go over it with this amazing, gorgeous gloss from NARS. It's called Young Hearts, and this is their loaded lip lacquer, and the shade is called Young Hearts. The combination of these two is the most gorgeous combo. You guys are about to see it right now. How pretty is that, you guys? I love this overall, this whole look. And it's funny because I've been doing this, like I've done it like twice in the last week. So this is my third time doing this look, like this exact look, exact foundation, concealer, eyeshadow, liner, lips, everything. I can just do it so quickly now. And that's like the whole point. Like you need to have like a couple of go-to looks. So when you're about to go out and you need to get ready quickly, which I feel is 90% of the time of our lives, you just have like a look that's in the back of your mind and you know exactly what you're doing. You've done it a million times, so you won't mess it up. Because even I, after a million years of doing makeup, even I still mess up my makeup a lot, and I do a look and I'm not happy with it. So this has just been like my go-to. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was really fun. I love this makeup. I hope you love it as much as I do. And if you're new to my channel, let me just fix my hair really quickly. I don't know what looks good. Whatever, it's fine. If you're new to my channel, my name's Eman. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you love all things beauty inside and out. And add me on Instagram at Eman, because I post there all the time and I do giveaways there all the time. And if you recreate any of my looks, you guys, this one or any other look, make sure you use the hashtag inspired by Eman when you repost it on Instagram, because if you post a picture on your feed or on your stories, I do random giveaways to people who use that hashtag. And also, it doesn't need to be like a full look that you recreated, just anything that's like slightly inspired from something that I've done in a tutorial. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye.